Okay, so we need to talk about this stupid Game Awards crap that Jeff Keighley like this is like the Game Awards have always kind of been a joke, but now it kind of went to like another level of joke. When you look at these nominations, you're just sitting there and you're like we could, like they just really don't care. Like I don't think they care anyway. Like the Game Awards has always been just a glorified like E3 type event where they're just showing you trailers so Jeff Keighley can make a bunch of money on these companies that want to promote their games. And they throw a couple awards in there. Like it's always kind of been that. Like if you watch it, like the awards are always like second. They don't even give people time to talk. Half time they're like the following awards go to so and so, so and so, so and so, and they name like five people that just won an award and they completely gloss over it. The awards never take center stage. When you look at something like the Emmys, the Oscars, and all these other type of awards, the awards takes first place. You know, like that's what you're going to see. You're not going to watch the Oscars to get a bunch of movie trailers. One might argue the Oscars might get more ratings if they do that, but it's about the art form. It's about celebrating. Is it boring to a lot of people? Sure, but it's there to celebrate those people doing their crafts. When it comes to the Keighley Award, it's about promotion. Promotion, promotion, promotion. We're promoting new trailers in the upcoming games. And when you look at the nominees for Game of the Year, it blows my mind how this even happens. Okay, first of all, let me throw my cards on the table. This game, Baltaro, a card game, whatever, I never played this game. I never heard of this game. So this is the only game I have no input on. The other games I know about, right? Even if I haven't played the Elden Ring DLC, I played Elden Ring. The problem is, it's a DLC. How do we live in a world where a DLC is being nominated for Game of the Year? It's such a slap in the face to all the other games out there that are base games that put their blood, sweat, and tears. How many games out there, like Concord has more right to be mentioned than a DLC. Say what you want about Concord. It only lasted a week and a half, whatever. You know, it was a full game. You know, a very, not around long, but it was a full game. It's not a DLC. Like, I don't understand what we're doing. Astrobot, I think, deserves to be there. Black Myth deserves to be there. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is probably my favorite game of the year, but I'm a big Final Fantasy game. Metaphor Reign Fantasio, another very, very fantastic game. But when you get, and again, the Baltar one, I don't know anything about, so I can't comment on it. Card game, whatever. But Elden Ring, the fact that you're putting DLC, like DLC, like you just want to get that Elden Ring rub, and it's such a slap in the face. Say what you want about something like Hellblade 2. Oh, it's a walking sim. It's only 6 hours long. Sure, but at least it's a full-on game. It's an original game. It's a sequel, but it's an original game. You don't need Elden Ring to play the DLC, right? You don't need a Hellblade in order to play Hellblade 2. It's its own game. Not only that, like Stellar Blade, like there was games out that came out this year that are good, solid games. And I don't understand why they're not getting the Game of the Year nomination over downloadable content. Like, I don't understand that. And a lot of people on here is just kind of like losing their mind, and I kind of agree with them. Someone's like, Solitaire, Game of the Year. Like, yeah, like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we actually doing here? And you keep scrolling down, and people are just pointing out like some of the ridiculous stuff, like No Stellar Blade. I don't understand that one either. I believe Like a Dragon Infinite wasn't even nominated, and it's just like, what's going on? We are completely losing the narrative here, and it's just ridiculous. Now, I did go through and look at some of the nominations of the other categories, and yeah, Hellblade 2 was nominated for some stuff, but I mean, I think one could even argue that Black Ops 6 has more right, like not even argue that point. Black Ops 6 does have more of a right to be nominated for Game of the Year over something like Elden Ring. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Even something like Hellblade, even though it was, or not Hellblade, but Helldivers, even though it's an online multiplayer, has more of a right. Warhammer, Space Marine 2, these games, although they are not big narrative games, all have more right than Elden Ring. Elden Ring is DLC. What are we talking about here, people? Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. And I don't understand why I don't understand why people keep going back and watching I don't watch the Game Awards. I watch the trailers on YouTube afterwards. I don't watch the Game Awards. We all know what the point of the Game Awards actually is. But this like when you already know that you get so much criticism at the end of the year for the way you put on your performances and stuff like that, and the fact that it is clear that the awards are meaningless to your event, like people watch just for the announcements. Like, when you hear that criticism every year and then you go in and change and alter the rules to put, like, I can understand if it was a short year. Like, if it was a short year and there wasn't like a whole lot of stuff going on, not short as in like the year was short, but like a year where like there wasn't a whole lot of games, I would understand that. But there was a lot of games. There was a lot of games, a lot of Asian games, a lot of really cool games, like Space Marine 2. It wasn't story driven, but it was fun. It was great to play, right? A lot of those games get passed over. The rule should be the rule. It's like, here are the list of games. Like, I'm cool for remakes, and if the remaster is really good, I still feel like Metroid Prime Remaster should have been nominated because it was a phenomenal game. Final Fantasy Crisis Core was a phenomenal remaster. Like, those were so good, they were better than the base game. Plus, you don't need the base game to play those games. Whereas Elden Ring, it's a DLC. You need the base game. So I think when you look at something like Hellblade 2 getting screwed over, Black Ops 6 getting screwed over, Space Marine 2 getting screwed over, Stellar Blade getting screwed over, and there's a plethora of other games that it's not coming to my head right now because there was a lot of games that came out this year. When you look at the catalog of new games, you're telling me that you're okay with putting DLC on the list and completely snubbing out some of these other. Can you imagine if we're at the Oscars and it's like, hey, guess what, man? We have all these new movies coming out, but we're going to nominate the documentary special feature on the Blu-ray of this movie. Right? Like Gone with the Wind came out with a special 2-hour documentary, and you can only get it on this Blu-ray, physical only on Blu-ray, right? And they nominate that documentary. But it's just so ridiculous. It's like nominating a trailer for a movie and a movie not getting passed over for Game of the Year. It's ridiculous. It's DLC. It's add-on content. There are original games that deserve, like, even if Hellblade 2, Space Marine 2, Stellar Blade, even if these games had no chance of winning, it's also a big deal just to have that nomination. You know, say Stellar Blade nominated for Game of the Year, Space Marine 2 nominated for Game of the Year. But no, you're like, hey, Elden Ring. Because why? Because Jeff Keighley, I don't know, has a fascination with Elden Ring. I'm not entirely sure. But it's completely ludicrous to have a DLC expansion of a game. Like, where's Starfield? Is Starfield not, like, that expansion not good enough? Well, I actually kind of heard it wasn't good enough, but that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is where do we draw the line? And the fact that Jeff Keighley goes in and alters the rules just so Elden Ring can make the list, come on. Come on, you need to have some integrity to your award show. We know the awards are second to your award show. It's all about promotion, selling that trailer, selling those trailers to the companies, making that money, Keighley. We understand, but have some fucking integrity, bro. Have some integrity. You know there are games that are worth being nominated for Game of the Year, and you go in and let DLC get nominated? Have some damn integrity, bro. But anyway, it's ridiculous. I think the Game Awards in general is just ridiculous, and I really think people should not support it. Go watch other award shows. There are all kinds of outlets giving actual game awards and actually giving time to the creators and the artists of these games. Do not give Keighley your views. You guys are going to anyway because, again, you want to see the trailers. But I really, like, hey, just wait for them to come on YouTube. Watch the trailers afterwards. Don't give Keighley. Keighley is such a spineless jellyfish anyway. The dude has no integrity whatsoever. The dude is such a fanboy. He's ridiculous. Just don't give that man the an ounce of your time. So, Game Awards, absolutely ludicrous, but that's just my thoughts on it, guys. I want to know what you guys think. Leave your comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Later, guys.